Welcome to the pilot presentation of the aHA Live monthly event. My name is Lane Yago, and I'm the co-founder of aHA, along with my partner, Larry Klein. This is the first of a monthly educational webinar. We present one webinar each month, and each webinar presents a life lesson. These life lessons are never taught anywhere, and because of this, people struggle needlessly in life, with money, relationships, and finding happiness. So each of our presentations delivers an awareness which will allow you to become smarter, richer, and happier. And each webinar moves you closer to what you want in life. Your presenter today is my partner and dear friend, Larry Klein. You remember back in school there was this kid who was super smart, the one who took college courses in his senior year of high school, then finished college before everyone else? Well, that's Larry. He's one of the brightest people I've ever met. He had his MBA from Harvard at the age of something like 23, was president of one of the fastest growing small businesses at the age of 28, and reached millionaire status in his 30s. Anyway, after helping thousands of clients over the years achieve both their financial and personal goals, Larry noticed that people have a tougher time than necessary getting what they want. This is what aHA is all about, revealing hidden lessons so that you more easily get and have what you desire. So would it be okay today and each month, if you decide to join us, to see your life get a little bit easier and more fluid and your desires actually become reality? So clear your mind, open your heart, and get ready to learn. I'll be back at the end of his training session to talk about the business of aHA for those who want not only to attend our webinars and expand your own life, but also create an income stream by partnering with us. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Larry Klein.
Welcome to the pilot presentation of the aHA Network. We offer a series of webinars that teaches you how to be smarter, richer, and happier. And our pilot presentation is about how to create wealth. Now, you may have an expectation that I'm going to give you tips and techniques in terms of how to invest in stocks or invest in real estate or, those jobs that'll pay you the most or those types of tactics. But that would be a very bad use of our time together. And the reason is that most of us, when it comes to creating wealth, are like a beach full of sand. So we're a barren beach, and I want you to picture a beach in your mind for a minute, and like a desert. So forget about a beach. A desert's a better analogy. And if we were to take seeds for a tree and put it in the desert, and even if we gave it some water, would it grow? And the answer is no, because the desert lacks nutrients. There's no soil there. So the problem is, if I give you tips or techniques, it would be like planting the seeds, but we don't have the right ground. We don't have the right context. Let's call that context. So if I gave you content, meaning tactics, tips and techniques, things to do, content, but we don't have the right context, it won't grow anyway. So what we want to focus on today is the context. You as the vessel, you as the desert, and can we convert the desert into fertile soil where things can actually grow? So what we want to talk about are the beliefs, attitudes, and inner conversations that are needed before you take any action. See, because there's some people on this call that, they wonder, why is it that I've never made more than $80,000 a year? Well, I can tell you that. Because you're a type of desert that dictates that you'll never make more than $80,000 a year. You can change jobs and you can make different investments and you can do all kinds of different tactics. but the soil isn't right. So this is the point, the place that people overlook, which is getting the soil right. That's what we're going to attack today. So there's the Occupy movement, the 99%. They say, hey, what about us? How come the 1% should have everything? Well, it's not that the 1% are somehow taking advantage of the 99%. That's a bunch of nonsense. Let me explain to you why this is. Here's what the 99% say and believe about people with money. Now, notice if you've ever thought these thoughts or said this to yourself or any of these ideas, when you see them, you say, oh, yeah, yeah, that's right. The 1% are shady. They have suspect morals, and that's why they have more money. The 1% break the law. The 1%, oh, they're greedy. The 1%, oh, they're just lucky. The 1%, oh, they were born into it. They had rich parents. The 1%, they have some unfair advantage. Like they had rich parents, or they grew up in a rich neighborhood, or they were like somehow privileged. Or if you're in the 99%, you often have this idea, well, money is scarce. That's why only a very small number of people have money. Obviously, if you have this idea that money is scarce, you know what your reality will be? It'll be scarce and you'll never have much. If you've ever said any of these things, do you have any concrete evidence for the above? Or notice, are these just opinions or beliefs or ideas based on a few stories you've seen in the newspaper, heard in the news, other people have told you? Because you don't have any concrete evidence for the above. These are ideas, beliefs held by the 99% that unfortunately keep them in the 99%. So what is it that the 1% say or believe about money and people with money? What are they saying differently? Well, they say things like this. Well, the 1% are smart investors. The 1% are people who own a business and they've taken smart risks and their financial destiny into their own control, meaning they probably don't work for somebody, because then your financial destiny is not in your control. They say the 1% are professionals, doctors, lawyers, who have invested years in education. They've made a commitment. They've taken on a challenge that the other 99% of the people just don't do. The 1% work harder than most people. The 1% are willing to do what it takes. If they needed to work 2 jobs at points in their career, or go to school full-time and work a full-time job, they did it. Whereas there's lots of people not in the 1% who say, I can't work 2 jobs. Why should I have to work more than 8 hours? The 1% are the 1%. This is my personal belief. This is what I tell myself, because they deliver a lot of value to others and get paid for it. So I have this belief that helps me have wealth. And my belief is if I deliver a lot of value, then money flows to me. So if you do want to know the truth about wealth, rather than listen to hearsay or opinion or whatever, there's actually research about it. There's 2 PhDs who did a research study and wrote a book. It's called The Millionaire Next Door. And they actually describe who the people are that accumulate wealth and what their beliefs and habits, etc. are. So wouldn't it be good to know what the facts are rather than listen to the 99% and their beliefs which keep them poor? So if you want, you can read a book. Or I can tell you that if you want to believe things that will help you create wealth, these are the beliefs you want to have on this slide. These are what we call empowering beliefs. See, here's the good news. You choose what to believe. If you notice, that you had beliefs that were on the slide that the 99% have, you get to change what you believe so that your beliefs are consistent with the beliefs of people who are wealthy. So, it's real simple. You know, a lot of people that are in the 99% complain, well, why is it that the 1% get richer? You know, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, or something like that. Well, why is that? Well, it's pretty obvious why. The 1% have beliefs, thoughts, and self-talk that allow them to apply rules consistent with universal rules to create wealth. So let me explain here. The universe has rules about the way things work. When people apply those rules accurately, when they adopt the same rules that the universe has, they get the results that the universe offers. If people try and apply rules that are not consistent with the universal rules, they don't succeed. The 99% have beliefs, thoughts, and self-talk and continue to pursue rules that don't create wealth. In other words, the universe says, look, those aren't the rules. Look, the guy who plays football, and he comes to, and he practices based on the rules of there's 100 yards to the field and there's 4 downs and all the rules that are actually in the game of football, he can actually get good at it because he practices the rules of the game. But if another guy practices rules that says, well, there's 110 yards to the field and there's 5 downs and he makes up his own rules, he's going to be a terrible, terrible football player. That's what the 99% do. They have a set of rules that are not the rules of the game. And as a consequence, they don't create wealth. So here's how the 1% operate. Wealthy people get the facts, and they don't operate from opinion, hearsay, personal bias, or disempowering beliefs. It's very interesting. We live in a time where people are more and more prone to ignore the facts. The internet has unfortunately compounded this problem of people listening to the opinions of others. See, because now you log onto the internet, you can get a gazillion opinions in 5 minutes. Well, you need to check everything out. You need to find out, is this actually true? How do you find that out? Well, you consult experts. Well, where do you find experts? Here's the good news. Experts write books. So look, if you read 5 books on something, all written by people who took the time to get a PhD in it, and they all say the same thing, you start to say, oh, well, look, if 5 people who studied this all say the same thing, that's got a lot more bearing than some schmo who's, protesting about why he's in the 99% and what he believes. Because he hasn't done any work. He's just spouting his opinion. So you can get the facts. There's another way to get facts. It's called personal observation. So if you take lots of observations, meaning doing your own experiment. You see, Edison figured out how to make the light bulb work by doing lots of personal experiments. That's how he made the light bulb work. He tried this, tried that, tried this, tried this. Okay, personal observation. So people who are in the 1% find out what is true. Now, when it comes to beliefs, they adopt beliefs that empower them to get the results they want. So, for example, you can adopt the belief that money is scarce. That won't get you wealthy. Or you can adopt the belief that money is abundant. That'll help get you wealthy. So they choose the beliefs that are consistent with the results they want to get. Wealthy people actually take the time to learn the universal rules of wealth and use them. They actually take the time to learn the rules of the game. So they learn that, oh, there's 100 yards, there's 4 downs, and here's all the other rules. People who don't create wealth, they don't take the time to learn the rules. They basically don't have what they want, and then they complain. It's how they operate. You don't have to be like that. That's the good news. The rules are not easy to uncover. This is kind of the universe's little trick that it plays on us. They're not easy to uncover. See, you can't say, universe, tell me the rules. Where's the book? See, they don't put this on TV. They don't put it on the radio. It's not in the newspaper. The rules are not easy to uncover, and they require self-mastery. They require some work to discover them. What kind of work? You're doing it right now. You've actually taken the time to investigate. What are these rules? Let me see if I can find people who have been there, done that. No, maybe I can learn from them. Maybe I can read a book. Watch a video, take a course, go to a seminar. This is how you find out. You investigate. So, self-mastery is this process of always looking at your own beliefs, thoughts, and ideas to see, are those aspects of myself, is the soil that I am a desert or a field full of fertile soil? See, because if you don't always keep looking, you'll be swayed by what everybody else says. You will adopt their beliefs and ideas, and that's why the 99% or the 99%, because most people get swayed there. Okay. So what are some of the universal rules of creating wealth? Let's take a look. Let's learn them. Rule number 1, you create wealth by delivering value to others who will pay for it. People will willingly give you money if you give them value. If you give them lots of value, they will give you some money. The more value you deliver to them, the more money they give you. What do they value? Well, you have to figure that out or ask them. You have to find out what they're willing to pay for. This is one of those things that they don't announce on the radio or the TV. This is why people who start businesses and are successful are rare. They figure out what other people want, and then they deliver it, and they get paid. In the process of this study, if you choose to continue it with us, you'll learn how to do this. You'll learn how to figure out, well, what is it people value so I can deliver it, and then I can make money. But that's the number 1 rule of creating wealth. Now, very important, value is determined not by your standards, but by those who will pay. See, I personally, so let me give you a good example. Facebook has been around for, 10 years, something like that. I didn't have a Facebook page until like 2 weeks ago. Because I don't value, seeing people's photos of their family and, whatever their chit-chat and seeing pictures of what they had at the restaurant for dinner and all the stuff that seems like a bunch of nonsense to me that people do with Facebook. Now, I would be foolish to judge whether Facebook is a good investment, like whether I want to be a shareholder or investor in Facebook based on my standards. Because I'm not the buyer. There's a lot of other buyers out there. There's 1 billion people that are buyers of Facebook, meaning 1 billion people who use Facebook and look at the ads, and that's how they make their money. So one has to always be aware when you deliver value, it's not your standard of value, it's what other people value. You might think something is junk or garbage or, oh, that won't work or that's stupid. No, you got to forget those ideas and open your eyes. What is it that other people pay for? Could be something that you think is ridiculous or has no value, but your standard's not important. And very simply, the more value you deliver, the more wealth you create. So you can deliver a little value to lots of people. You can deliver big value to one person. But this is the basic fundamental rule of how wealth is generated. Let's take a couple examples. Just read a story of a woman in her community who decided that it would be valuable if she would publish, so she had a little website, if she would publish where the cheapest food prices were. So in other words, she puts together a spreadsheet each week, where's the cheapest place to get, chuck, FDA chuck beef? Where's the cheapest place to get, broccoli? Where's the cheapest place to buy cherries this week? On and on and on. So she publishes this for the members in her community so they all know where to get these things the cheapest. Now, it's even better because she is in a town where one of the stores says we'll match anybody else's price. So everybody can just take the spreadsheet down to the one store and say, I want these cheapest prices. The point is, somebody calculated she saves her community $9 million a year by doing this. Now, she could sell this spreadsheet. She doesn't. She actually gives it away free on the website, but here's the good news about the internet. If a lot of people look at your website, then you can sell ads and you can make money, and that's what she does. She has traffic, and she's able to monetize her website. So she creates value for other people, and she's able to monetize that. Let me give you another example. Just read another post this week about a couple whose house was going into foreclosure. Odd set of events, and lost their job, etc. What'd they do? Well, they got this idea they were going to start writing ebooks, which anybody can do, and put on Amazon for sale. Anybody can do that. And they started writing these steamy ebooks, like these romance, sex novels, or something. I don't know. They're called steamy ebooks, and they sold really well. And these people now make a living by writing these books. Interestingly, just a side note, is that a lot of people commenting on this post that I read said, "Oh, those books are junk. I read them. I can't believe people buy them." Blah 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 blah. Those are people in the 99%, because what did I say? The important thing is, it's not what you value, it's what the people who pay money will value. So if people are paying $1, $2, $5, whatever these ebooks sell for, and they're selling, one would have to be a stupid person to criticize the quality of the book and say, oh, it's dribble or it's crap. You could say that. You could say, in my point of view, this is dribble or crap, but I see that a lot of people like it, so, more power to these people. So rather than criticize them, they should be applauding them. Let's move on. Rule number 2 about creating wealth. The universe, so the universal rule number 2, the universe will not help you hoard money. You can't do what's on the left here. If that's your intention, the universe will thwart you. What the universe wants you to do is be like Warren Buffett, the guy on the right. See, Warren Buffett creates a lot of money flow. He doesn't hoard it. He invests money. He does it well. It makes more money. He takes that more money. He invests it, and it just keeps getting larger. And look what he's going to do with it when he dies. It's all committed to charity. It's gone back into the pot. See, Warren Buffett is a giant money flow machine, and the universe likes that. The universe says, oh, I'll help you do that. But if you just want to hoard it like some, curmudgeon, some Scrooge, oh, no. I can't help you do that. See, a guy on the right's like Bill Gates. Where's Bill Gates' fortune? Well, some of it's still in Microsoft shares, but a really large chunk is in the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, which recycles money into the planet to help other people. So if you start to create wealth, the only way to keep the engine going is to hire people, grow a business, put it back into charity, start a foundation. You can't be the hoarder of wealth You can only be the flow generator of wealth, and that's what the universe will help you do. As you earn it, recycle it, recirculate it. Rule number 3. Money flows to commitment. So here's one of the things that the 99% say, this belief that's just wrong. They say it takes money to make money. It's not right. That's one way to make money. Let me tell you a much more truthful observation. It takes commitment to make money. You see, for those of you who are old enough to remember, in 2001, we had this thing in the United States called the dot-com bust. And that was a result of people called venture capitalists from, say, 1996 through 2001 for 5 years, investing lots of money in high-tech companies, dot-com companies, internet companies, that had a lot of promise to grow really big businesses. And these venture capitalists invested money in people who had basically a business plan, but no revenues, no earnings, no product, no service. So basically, people had nothing but an idea and a commitment. Now, how do we know they had a commitment? Let me define this. A commitment is not something that comes out of your mouth like you say, oh, I'm really committed. Here's how you tell a committed person. It's black and white. You can always tell. The committed guy is the one who has taken action. And he's taken significant action that matters, like risk. See, here's how you can tell a guy who's committed to a business idea. He's taken a mortgage on his house. He's raided the money in his kid's college fund, and he's poured it into the idea. That's how you tell commitment. He's taken significant action. Well, other people will put their money, the universe will bring you resources once you're committed. Now, interestingly, you know, when apparently, this is my personal observation, apparently when people are very close to death, they have realizations that they don't have otherwise. And a lot of these turn out to be really like brilliant observations. You know, they've written them and you can read them and study them. And there was a guy who climbed Mount Everest. And he didn't make it to the top. He almost died getting there. But he had one of these realizations, and I want to share it with you. Now, it's kind of a long quote, but it's really useful here, so just bear with me because I'm going to go through it slowly. And he talks about commitment. By the way, name is at the bottom. You see here his name is William Hutchinson Murray. He's a mountain climber. And he wrote in 1951, until one is committed. Now again, let's think about what that means. Until one takes significant action, there is hesitancy, right? You keep questioning yourself. Should I? Shouldn't I? I don't know. The chance to draw back, always ineffectiveness. Concerning all acts of initiative, there is one elementary truth. Okay? He's going to tell you now, here's what I realized at the point of death. He says, and the ignorance of this truth kills countless ideas and splendid plans. You know, you could have the best idea in the world, but here's how to kill them. Or here's how to make them succeed. He says that the moment one definitely commits oneself, which in our language means, i.e. takes significant action, then providence moves too. The universe will also react. He says all sorts of things occur to help one that would never have otherwise occurred. A whole stream of events issues from the decision raising in one's favor, all manner of unforeseen incidents and meetings. You meet people, material assistance, cash, resources, which no man could have dreamt would have come his way. In other words, what he's saying is, money flows to commitment. Once you're committed, you take significant action, significant risk, and really dig in. The universe starts to help you out. You start to meet people. You start to attract money. You start to find resources that begins to help you. See, people who don't create any wealth don't understand this rule. They think it's about luck, or one day their ship's going to come in, or if they buy a lottery ticket. I don't know, but they don't understand this particular rule that no, they got to put their ass on their line and take some action. Rule number 4. Rich people know this. Money is abundant. We live in a country, you drive around the community, is there a bank on every corner? Maybe not every corner, maybe every second or third corner. And they have big signs in the window. It says, please take our money. 3%, 4%. So it's cheap. It's not even expensive money. We got a lot of money. Please come in and take it. We won't even charge you much to take it. If you have a good credit score, you get credit card offers in your mailbox every week. Them saying, here, take our money. Here's a card. Go spend here's a $25,000 credit line. Go spend $25,000 on us. Doesn't mean you don't have to repay it, but the point is, money's abundant. It's not in short supply. Now, a quick aside. You may be a person who says, look, Larry, maybe money's abundant for you. You got a good credit score. You can go into the bank and borrow money. But, I went through a bankruptcy and a foreclosure. I can't get any money from banks. Yes, you're thinking too small. Stop thinking about banks or formal lending institutions. Money is abundant. See, there's all kinds of other places that supply money. There's people called angel investors. These are people, you may not even know they exist, but let me tell you that they do, and there's millions of them. People who are looking, they have $50,000 to invest, $75,000, $100,000, $25,000. They're angel investors. There's even websites that match angel investors with people looking for money. And then there's venture capitalists who tend to invest more, $250,000, $500,000, $1 million, $5 million at a time, continuously looking for investments. So, money is abundant. These people basically don't care about your credit score. They care about what value can you deliver to them, because they're happy to exchange money for value. So if you ever have this notion creeps into your head, money is scarce, no, it's not the money that's scarce. It may be at this point your knowledge or ability to create value is scarce, but it's not the money. And of course we can fix that for you. We're up to showing you how you ascertain what people value and deliver it. But let's move on. Rule number 5. Whenever you have personal rules, I basically alluded to this, that are not aligned with the universal rules, you'll have a hard time. If you play football and you go to the field saying my personal rules is that the field has 110 yards and you get 5 downs, well, you're going to have a hard time winning the game. So you got to know what the universal rules are. Because once you know what the universal rules are, life flows. There's a tailwind. See, it's kind of easy for Warren Buffett to create money. He doesn't really have a hard time because he knows what the universal rules are. It's for this reason the rich get richer. They know what the rules are, so it becomes easier for them. There's a tailwind. They're not always beating their heads against the wall. The people who beat their heads against the wall to create wealth are those that don't have the right rules. There's a headwind. It's always hard. So if you don't have wealth, look, it's pretty simple. You've probably been using the wrong rules. All right, well, that's good news. You ought to be standing up and cheering right now. You say, really? That's fantastic. Because now all I got to do is learn the right rules, indoctrinate myself with those rules, and then practice them. And I have a chance of creating wealth for myself and my family. That's right. Good news. Rule number 6. Knowledge is not power. Knowledge by itself has no value. So look, everything I'm telling you today, while it's accurate and true and works, has no value because I'm giving you knowledge. It's stuff that's going into your head. Stuff in your head has no value. We have this saying in our culture, it's just wrong. Knowledge is power. That's a lie. It's not true. It's worthless. Don't ever think that again. Knowledge has no value. What is true is applied knowledge has value and power once you take the knowledge and then take action. You apply it. Now you start to create value and power. Now here's where, see, people, everybody that hears 1 and 2 on this slide will say, oh yeah, I get that. Now here's where it breaks down for most people. It says here in the slide, you must practice the application of knowledge to gain mastery and results. 90% of the people won't practice. You see, I can give you the rules. I can tell you the universal rules to create wealth. And then you can say, okay, I know the rules, and it's knowledge, but if I don't apply it, and then you start to apply it a little bit, and it doesn't work, and you give up. This is what most people do. See, only a small percentage actually practice. You see, there's only a small percentage of the people who go to the Olympics because they're the ones who, practice their swimming 6 hours a day. No matter what it is you're up to that you want to master, it takes practice. When I was a little kid, my parents made me take piano lessons. Well, I didn't like to practice. Well, guess what? I was never any good. It's real simple. No practice, you're no good. Well, people don't like to practice. Why don't they like to practice? Because they're lazy and it's boring and it's routine. Yes, that's the way it is. Sorry. It'll probably never be joyful. It might be. But whether it is or not is irrelevant. If you want wealth, there's things to know, and then there's things to practice. And if you like, we'll show you exactly what to practice. But if you don't want to do it or you're lazy, we can't help you out. It's just the way the universe works. There's no way around it. You have to do the practice. So, would you like to master the creation of wealth? You have some insights now from the universal rules and what it takes to create wealth, that it's possible and achievable for everybody, that the 99% want to complain about it. They could just decide to be the 1%. Would you like to uncover all of the universal rules and get aligned with them? If you would, we can help you out, and I'll tell you in a minute how. Would you like to master the rules so you can be smarter, richer, and happier? And would you like to have this type of guided path that you've spent for the last few minutes with me to practice and implement the universal rules of wealth? Somebody to help you down this path. Well, if so, then we invite you to join us each month, because each month we're going to meet for an hour at a webinar like this to gain mastery at building wealth. Based on how you spend your time, would this be a good use of an hour to eliminate something else and invest an hour in this particular study and practice and get guided to create wealth, so you break the cycle that you've been in with regards to not having wealth? 60 minutes a month. Because if you say yes, you'll attend an hour a month webinar, and then we're going to give you action steps, things to practice each week, and then you'll be able to participate in a forum with other people who are up to the same thing, so you can say, I started practices and here's what happened. They'll say, yeah, I did this, but here's what I found. So you'll have interaction with other students on the same path, so you have what we call a network of support. Now, you're thinking, well, this must cost something. Yes, it's outrageously expensive. Let me tell you, it's $39 a month. And if you decide to do this, you sign up, and we charge your card $39 every month. And you can quit anytime. There's no commitment. So if after 5 months you think, I've learned everything I know to create wealth and I'm doing it, it's good, you quit. You don't have to continue. And in fact, even after the first session, you pay your $39. If you don't think it's worth it, just tell us. We'll give you a refund. Okay? So don't worry about it. You're not going to lose any money in this deal. And here's even something better. Would you like to, within the next 48 hours, even start on your path by creating wealth by earning some money? So we have an opportunity, Lane and I, who have created the aHA network, to be business partners with us and get started right away. So not only are we going to teach you how to do this in your own life, we're also going to give you a structure and an opportunity. And so you can not only be a student with us, participating in our live events each month, our webinars, which we encourage you to do, but I also want you to listen to Lane for the next few minutes and then see, would you also like to be an associate of ours, a business partner with us? So, Lane, would you explain how that works?
Thank you very much, Larry. Folks, I want to thank you for taking the time to go through Larry's training, and I want to just take a little bit more, show you how you can earn money as being a aHA associate. Now, our associate program has been built to allow you to profit simply by sharing what you learn. It's one of those situations that doesn't come along that often. Usually you have products to sell or services to sell. None of that is the case here. We are a training program that helps people get out of their own way and achieve wealth, achieve goals in their lives, and we're going to help you achieve those for yourself. But in addition to that, we're going to give you the opportunity to earn money simply by sharing what you're learning with other people. And the steps to success are: 1, attend the monthly presentation and practice the takeaway action items so that you are practicing what you're learning. And then what you want to do is share your experiences that you're having going through the aHA training. All you need to do is post to your social networks. Talk about the things you're learning, insights that you may be having, any actions that you're taking, how some of the things are impacting your life. And then what happens is those people that read your posts, you'll provide a link to your own page. We're going to provide you with your own aHA website as an associate. Then they will watch this recording just like you've been watching this recording, and then they decide whether or not it's of value to them and if they'd like to join. When they do subscribe through your page, you will get paid. And as many people as you want to have come through your page and subscribe, we'll be happy to pay you for all of that, but that really is just the beginning. But as you can see in this slide, examples of your personal commissions that you'd be making when people are coming through your page and wanting to subscribe. This is the kind of money that you could be making just by people coming through and subscribing once they've watched this pilot presentation on your page. But this is just one way you can earn money. We want to talk now about the way you can earn some substantial income by leveraging the power of an entire network. And so our secret sauce to making serious income here is just do 2. And what do we mean by that? Well, if you want to earn, then simply share what you learn and let the system do all the work for you. And so here's how it works. Here's you sort of bouncing into the screen, and after you decided to join aHA, you have been posting across your networks, and what you found is a couple of people who've said, you know, I'd like to give this a try as well. And when they both subscribe, you now are able to earn commissions well beyond just those 2 people. And now your job really is to help each one of these folks do the same thing you did. Encourage them to share what they're learning across their social networks, and let them simply find 2 people who would like to subscribe to aHA. And the same with this person who joined as well. This is called a binary compensation plan, where you have 2 groups that are forming. And as each one of these individuals finds 2 people who want to subscribe simply by sharing what they're learning, now they can earn commissions as well. And as you can see, all we're really asking people to do is have 2 people join and get subscriptions to the aHA training and become an associate and then everybody starts earning commissions. And what happens is you now earn commissions on this ever-growing network around you. So here's an example to get you thinking. We call it the 12 and 12 program. And what this means is that in 12 weeks, if you follow this program where everyone sponsors 2 new members each week, the company will pay you this amount of money each of these weeks, ultimately coming to 12 weeks where you'll be earning at least $12,875 per month recurring. And the beautiful thing about residual income is you really need to sponsor people one time, but then you get paid again and again, not just with the 2 people that you sponsored, but across the entire aHA network that's growing around you. So that's why we say do what you already do. There are different ways to share what you're learning. Well, you certainly can talk about it, when you're meeting friends for drinks and talking about some new things that you've been involved in. You can email friends about it and just give them a link to your aHA page and have them check it out. But mostly we really encourage you to use the power of your social networks, because just posting out to social networks gets you in front of hundreds and hundreds of people. And then if they decide to repost, now that hundreds becomes thousands of people. And so that's why we say do what you already do. You're taking pictures of your lunch and posting it up onto your Facebook page or Instagram or your pets. Now we'd like you to share aHA and what you're learning, and you could really make an impact in somebody's life in a very, very powerful way. What if they're struggling? What if they're not able to get to the level of wealth that they feel that they deserve? Wouldn't a training program like this help them get out of their own way? But in addition to training them, they could also enroll as an associate, and now they can earn money sharing this with other people as well. Well, we find that there's a lot of businesses out there that offer compensation plans that sometimes get really complicated and aren't really trying to reward their members, and certainly social networks aren't rewarding networks. But what we've got for you is a way to earn income multiple ways. We've already talked about personal and team commissions. We're going to pay you bonuses as you advance through the aHA ranks, and those bonuses, folks, can get very large, into the $10,000, $25,000, $50,000 and more. So I really want you to learn about those. There's 8 mastery pools where we've got money that the company sets aside for people in the senior levels of aHA, where they all can share in that additional income. And in addition to revenue, we want to reward you by sharing what you're learning. One of the rewards is once you reach the top part of the junior ranks, you're going to receive a $750 a month car bonus to go out and get a Tesla. All expenses paid vacations are available to the people that achieve certain ranking up in the senior ranks, and you can go on those all expenses paid vacations with other members who have achieved the same level as you have. And there's even more rewards that are going to come for the very highest ranks in aHA. To accomplish great things, we must not only act but also dream, and not only plan but also believe. And here's what we believe at aHA. We really believe that we've created a new model, a hybrid between social networking and network marketing, where what we have, essentially a kind of a self-mastery or self-improvement program, is needed by many, many people to help them be successful. But what we've done is we've created this self-mastery program with an incredible compensation plan attached to it. All you need to do is learn, share what you're learning, and let other people learn about it so that you can earn money as well. There's no three-way calling or selling, or no, begging relatives or friends to do you a favor. There's really no upfront expense at all. Many of these home-based businesses have hundreds or thousands of dollars you need to put up in order to be a part of that business. We don't do that at all. we believe that we've created a very powerful runway for you so that you can achieve the level of success that you deserve. We're going to be here for you every step of the way, and we really are looking for people who want to jump in now and be a part of this organization at the very, very beginning. So are you ready to improve your life and help others do the same? Well, here's how you can start your own business with zero financial risk. Go to ahanetwork.us. In the upper right-hand corner is the Join Now button, and you can join as an associate. You can also join just as a customer if you just want to take the training. So we really encourage you to be an associate because there's really only a one-time $20 fee that gets your website set up for you and your back office set up for you. So it's really very easy to become an associate here and earn commissions. And as I said, we've taken the best practices, cut out the worst, and have given you a very generous compensation plan and are very excited about what we've developed here, because as opposed to coming into an organization where there's hundreds of thousands or millions of people already in the company, you're at the very, very beginning of this brand new company. And I hope you understand the impact that can make on your life, because an entire network's going to be built around you. If you'd like to be a part of this organization, we encourage you to come in now. As I said, there's really no financial risk. You've just seen what the training sessions are going to be like. You've just learned what the business opportunity is. And it's $39 to join. And if in a month from now, when you take your next session, if you just find that it isn't for you, that's fine. Email us, we'll refund your money. So you really have absolutely nothing to lose. For those of you who do join and are going to come into the program right away, there will be the All Associates conference call that you'll get an email about that we do every week for the associates. We'll be going into the compensation plan in much more detail, and I'll answer any questions that you have. But for all of you on this presentation, I'm very, very excited to have had this opportunity to talk with you. I wish you all just the very, very best in whatever your endeavors are. And so for now, we're going to sign off, and the best of luck to all of you.